Hello, Culture Matters podcast. Buckle up. It's time to learn. Before I introduce you to our guest, here is a quote just for this episode. Work works. Maria Quattrone, be the solution. If you don't know Maria Quattrone, you either don't know about the Culture Matters podcast, you haven't listened to it, or you haven't listened to it well enough. Been in the business longer than most agents and better than most agents. One of the hardest working people I know, not even just in real estate, but in general. So pay very close attention. Has been helping entrepreneurs and homeowners and people when it comes to selling and buying real estate for decades. Has been a very important relationship for me and my family for the last decade. From the very beginning of Culture Matters, Maria has supported my journey as culture advisor, human, and pretty much as family at this point. And in March of 2025, Maria went on 132 or got 132 listing appointments and converted a tremendous amount of listings opportunities, which we'll talk about. And I think that's a freaking testament to everything that I just said in her culture. So thank you so much for coming on the Culture Matters podcast and really just being who you are over the last 10 years of our friendship and working relationship. It's pretty amazing. And podcast, be the solution, well over 300 episodes, completely crushing that. And over a year, you went live every day. So the audience needs to pay attention very carefully.
Okay. It is an absolute pleasure to be back with you again today. I love you. You are an amazing, amazing human, and I'm honored to be here.
I think I remember how hard it is to get a listing appointment.
Mhm.
From personal experience, I remember how hard that is. For those that don't know, they're not a realtor professional, but maybe they're a business owner, they're an entrepreneur, or they work in business. What is a listing appointment, and why is that even something that can be difficult, or yeah, what is that? What does that mean for those that might not know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a listing appointment is an appointment where somebody is asking for the price of their property. They're thinking about selling it. Doesn't mean 100% they are going to sell it. It means they're in the process of starting the process or thinking about starting the process. And it takes a tremendous amount of work, time, effort, commitment, consistency, discipline, trust, authority to reach a level where it's even possible to do.
What happens to listings that don't sell?
They expire off the market.
How can that impact a seller?
Well, if somebody's just trying to get the highest price and they don't care if it sells, I guess not much. But generally speaking, most people put their properties on the market because they want to sell. A lot of times they might be priced wrong to begin with. They don't have the right marketing. They don't have the right strategy. They don't have all of their ducks in line from a listing perspective of what needs to happen for that listing to sell. And sometimes they just don't listen to the broker.
Location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, closing. I remember that. All
LP
right,
Mama.
LP Mama. Look, why? What is the LP Mama?
Well, LP Mama, we're talking to a buyer You want to know, are they calling about the location? Are they calling about the price? What is the motivation? Are they working with an agent? Do they need to have financing? And then you schedule the appointment.
Why are each of those, data points relevant? How can that help someone determine if there's value or not?
So if you're an agent and you're working with a prospective buyer, you can't help them if you don't know the location, the price, and motivation, if they need financing or not, without this information. It's the start of a conversation. Every closing I ever went to started with a conversation, whether you're representing the buy side or the sell side.
Mm.
Always starts with a conversation. The questions that we ask is like, you're going to a doctor. The doctor has a series of questions the nurse asks before the doctor comes in. They need to know all these things. So the doctor can best prescribe the right strategy to fix whatever problem they have.
Day one of your 100 and so, okay, what was the goal to get how many listings in a certain period of time? Because recently, the audience might not understand this yet. You broke some records personally, you had an aim. It's like you lived with so many of the values of the show. You had an aim, set a plan, you sacrificed, your values were tested. There's a journey there. There's hero's journey.
So the premise of it was through one of the vendor partners we work with, through Fellow, they had a 30-day listing challenge. How many listing appointments can you book in 30 days? Last year I participated and I believe I booked 31. So I look back over the last year-ish of 2 years actually of appointments. And I said, what was the most I ever booked in a month? Happened to be 42. So I said, what would be a really pretty big stretch goal to hit? And that number was 100. So my plan was to book 100 appointments in the month. Doesn't matter if somebody gave me 10 properties or one property. It was 100 sets of comps.
Wow.
So I broke it down. I said, okay, that means 25 a week. That means 5 a day. How many hours do I need to call to set that? So the listing appointments came from people calling in saying they raised their hand. I want to talk to Maria about listing my property. Whether that came from a Google Organic or a marketing letter we sent out to an expired listing. And then the other appointments were set from calling in the database, people that have already raised their hand in the past that I have a relationship with or not, and calling them and setting appointments. So I got to by the end of the third week, I'd almost hit 100.
Wow.
And so I just kept going.
Why?
Well, why? That's a good question. Why did I keep going? Because why not? The objective of it was to do as much as you could do in the period of a month. And it was a tremendous amount of work. Yeah, I had to give up some things. I had to put more hours in. I also decided, I just ignored all the other things, all the things that we could be bothered with on a daily basis. This nonsense, that nonsense, things that, didn't move the needle.
Ooh, that's so good. That's really powerful.
Things that didn't move the
Yeah.
needle. So in things that weren't going to move the needle, I just ignored. I just put them to the side because here's the thing. Okay, I had people calling me about this thing, that thing, because of your lack of planning does not become my urgent problem. Or because you want an answer to something that I don't need to answer right now, is not my problem. It's your problem. So, for example, I could say my problem was to get listing appointments because they're not answering me about getting an appointment. Is that their problem? No, it's my problem. So what do I have to do? If they're not answering me, call more people. It's the same thing. We often do this. We want to make, oh, this person didn't get back to me, that person didn't get back to me. Okay, well, then you have to call more people if they didn't get back to you. It's not their problem. It's our problem. Just like when somebody wants me to do something, maybe they want me to take an interview or talk to them about their company, what the widget does for, you know, this marketing thing or whatever it is. And they want an answer from me. Well, I'm not one. Again, your urgent problem is not mine, it's yours.
In the
My
past,
urgent problem is not theirs, it's mine.
could you have seen, could those other things that come up become ways of avoiding what your aim was?
Of course. And that's what most people do. It's what's it called? Something avoidance, creative
Well,
avoidance, or there's a word, something
conflict
avoid.
avoidance.
Yeah, or not. Just you have to go into the day saying, okay, what do I need to do today to move the needle? And if these things aren't going to move the needle and they're not urgent for me and my business to move forward, then either they don't get done today, maybe they get done next week, maybe it's next month. I'll give you an example. The tax accountant wants me to sign this stuff. Okay. It wasn't urgent. It's urgent today. Today it's urgent because it's April 15th. None of the other stuff they wanted from me that they wanted me to sign something 2 weeks ago wasn't urgent. It became urgent when it became urgent. But just because somebody wants something from you doesn't mean that it's urgent for you if you have other priorities. But we can let all these other things. So somebody says this about, for example, in the office, they want to know about an agent, asked about this or that. It's like, okay, we have to be the solution for ourselves. If anybody answered everybody's questions all day long, we would never get any work done. The other thing is, Jay, sending emails to people is not doing work. Answering emails reactively is not doing work. The more you can be proactive and you're in control of the next step, the smoother things go.
How did you navigate the feelings that my assumption be feelings arose in those moments? Should I do this? Should I do that? How did you navigate to stay on course, to stay focused? Did
I've
you, say a word track in your mind? Did you
no,
pray? What did you do?
no. I just said I have 100 appointments ahead of me. I better get to work. And I better keep going. Here's what's fine. So when you have momentum, you have the wind behind your back. It's pushing you forward. So momentum creates more momentum. And when you're in momentum and you have hope, hope creates more hope. Hope creates progress. And all we want as humans is progress. We want to see a light at the end of the tunnel. We want to know that what we're doing matters in some way, shape, or form. And so when it's just like, I'll give you an example. When you work out, you don't see anything happening. And then all of a sudden you see something happening. And then, you see something internally happening. Like you feel better. You may not look better yet, but you feel better. You have more energy. Oh, okay, that gives me hope. Hope for something better. Hope for a better future. Hope for more business. In this case, hope to help more people. How do you go about it? It wasn't about just getting the appointment, but talking to them, developing rapport if I didn't already have rapport, developing rapport by being the authority, not by pretending I like something because they like it.
Oh, wait, why not? That's it's so obvious, but it's like people do that all the time.
They do. It's not authentic.
Yeah, I would just call that lying.
Well, that too. In most circles, I guess
If
it's
I
called
don't like
lying.
something, but I've seen that being taught.
Even if it's just
It's
like a
in
little
books.
bit. It's if you're genuine in it. Like I
Yeah,
don't
like
watch
I'm
golf. I don't watch golf, but I watched golf when at the end of the Masters. So I wanted to see, and I watched it, and I saw Rory do a grand slam. And I'm not a golfer. I'd like to be a golfer though, Jay, but there's not golf time right now. So no time for golf.
building authority from your expertise. I'm sorry, building rapport from your authority, which comes from your expertise. Or what does authority come from in your view?
I think being an expert in your marketplace, uh, owning your power. People talk about imposter syndrome all the time, and I suppose, I suppose it's real, but is it?
Has a
That,
relationship with what we know.
well, but
How
is
many
it?
years have you been in the business? How many transactions have you been a part of? How many,
21
if you had to
years.
guess, even if you don't,
21 years and a couple weeks at this point. Transaction volume, I mean,
how many
transaction unit
deals
count
have you seen?
over 3,500 probably or close to it.
How many people do you think you've met in your career?
Oh, many people. Hmm.
Even just a conversation for 5 minutes about real estate.
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Wow. Hmm. Well, I would say it's a lot. More than 50,000.
Yeah, it's like if you really think about that, and then how much time could that translate into, Is it more than 10,000 hours? Is it 20,000 hours? If you
I
talk to
would say it's
20,000
well over
people,
20,000 hours.
are you proud of that?
I am. I'm happy.
And I ask that because I think it makes sense that you should be proud. And the listeners that are listening that are in some whatever their subject matter expertise that have been in it and stayed committed to it to their customers for a real career like that. I think, yeah, it's like you've actually done that. You have the right to be proud of that, and they have the right for and maybe the up and comers maybe gives themselves more. I'm curious of your thoughts on this, like somebody that's just been into something for 3 years or 5 years, they shouldn't, they're gonna feel differently than somebody in it 20 years because they haven't done the work yet. So they've got to get their belief from something. I guess maybe that's why they need to listen to this. But it does take time. Things
Borrowed
take time.
belief. Take borrowed belief from somebody that's done it already. Excuse me. It's all possible. Something changed the day that I decided that I wasn't a victim anymore. We live life being a victim, some way, shape, or form. And somebody asked me this question, what did you have to go through to become the person you have to become. And I would say the mindset shift of not being the victim, not being the victor, but working through it. And also it comes to nobody's going to come save you. I'm leaving Jesus out of it, by the way. Nobody's coming to save us. The only person, and we have to choose to be the solution. We have to make that choice each and every day. Are we going to blame it on the market, the economy, the whatever other things you can come up with? There's so many excuses. Or we're just going to sit down, do the work, shut the hell up, and help people. The decision you need to make every day. Because we're in a mindset game. Controlling our mind.
Was there a moment where not being the victim, not being the victor, working through and focusing on the work, what has that created for your business?
So just to back off for a second. So I made 1,067 calls in the month of March, connected to 387 people, which happened to be 387 connections to 236 people, which means some of them I talked to more than once. Probably because that person I was doing a consult with. Anyway, 276 2-minute or more conversations. It was in one day, 19 hours. So 43 hours. Is that 40?
One day in what?
19 hours. 43 hours of talk
43, yeah.
time.
Wow.
Now, I look at it and I say, how does that stack up for a normal month? It's more than double. But my outcome was more than triple. 42 was my personal best that I tracked, and it was triple that. So one of the things I said, what do I have to change to keep the momentum at this pace? One, super careful about choices. So choice management, not time management. Time management is critical. Your calendar should be blocked. That's a given. But then what is it blocked with? And that's the choice management part.
Love
So
it. Love
how you spend your time and where you put your energy. And I think we talked about that a little bit. It's like literally you have no time for nonsense. Thinking about how much time you waste on somebody else's drama, or worse, the drama you created yourself.
Oh, amen.
So I think getting crystal clear about why you're in the business, what you want from the business, how you can impact more people, how you can share with more people. I think that's and obviously, the fact that, you already should be know what you should be doing. Right? Don't pretend you know. You should know, or then find the right answer, be the solution. And I think that, what did I learn from the month of March was we can do much more than we think we're capable of doing. a tremendous amount more. And we can also have fun while we're doing it.
If you're listening to this episode and you want to have fun, work works, and go type in the Culture Matters podcast, Maria Quattrone, and watch and listen to every single one of our episodes together over the years after you get your to-dos done, right? Choice management, not just the time block, but what is in that block. Love that so much. Please share this with a friend that needs to hear this conversation. Don't share this with your enemies. I'm just kidding. You could give it to them too, because I was going to say you want to have a competitive advantage. But no, yeah, share it with somebody that you feel inspired to share it to. And please leave us a review on the Culture Matters podcast. Go listen to Maria. Subscribe to Be the Solution podcast. And we will see you next time on the Culture Matters podcast. Thanks, Maria.